up, guys? It's Michael and Kyle with AKM Tactical. We appreciate y'all watching. Today we're going to take a look at the Vedder. Oops, go ahead. The Vedder Lighttuck holster from Vedder Holsters. I like that. Vanna White hands there. This was sent to the channel for testing and evaluation. They wanted a good, honest review, and that's something that we do here is good, honest, and fair reviews. I guess we'll start off by talking about the clip. We'll kind of go over the holster from top to bottom and front to back, and we'll start off with the clip. That clip, you know, I'm not a clip guy. If you watch this channel long enough, I like soft loops. I've always liked soft loops. I like the fact that when I put the soft loops and I snap them into place, I don't have to worry about the holster coming out. It's going to stay. It's not going to come loose. But if I was a clip guy, this is the Don Mecca of clips, man. This thing is freaking sturdy. Awesome. It is a good metal clip. It stays put. It doesn't flex. You put it in there, and that's where it's at.
When you put it on, you can forget sliding the holster around to adjust. You're going to have to take it off and then put it back to where exactly where you want it.
And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah. Because you find that sweet spot on your belt, and if it goes back any further, the butt of the gun pokes out. Yeah. Or if it's not far enough up, you know, whatever. So that is a plus. I guess next we'll talk about the adjustments on the clip. There's about five holes, and I'm not going to take this off to show you, but there's about 5 holes drilled in on the back side. You can actually see all this on their website. We'll put a link to the website in the description box below. But there's about 5 holes, so you can adjust where this thing sits as far as height, as far as cant, as far as anything you can think of adjusting on this, you can do. So if you're an appendix guy, you can go straight up and down, run an appendix. If it sits up too high for you, you can move.
If you're an appendix guy, leave a comment in the box.
Yeah, we want to know how many appendix guys we got watching the channel. But if it's too high up, you can adjust it up or down. I mean, it's so versatile. I will say that about this. It's very versatile in the different adjustments.
You can adjust it for wherever you want it.
Wherever you want to run it. If you're one of those Doc Holliday cross draw guys, or if you want it in the small of your back and you need to make it, you can move it out where it'll sit like this. If you're one of the guys like us that runs it at the 3 or the 5 or the 430, and anywhere in that area, you want as much cant as you can get on it. And this thing has some super cant. And it does conceal very well. It really does.
You'll see in the B footage of me running it with the Glock 19 and how much it hugs to my back at the 5 o'clock position. Also,
it's tuckable, so you can see there that it is tuckable. You can tuck your shirt in behind it. So if you need to look all professional-like, you can tuck your shirt in. No issues there. I guess next we'll talk about the holster itself. The fit and the finish are they're good.
Par for the course.
They're par for the course. They're what you expect with Kydex. Clicks into place. You get that nice pop that you expect to get out of Kydex. It is fully adjustable with this retention screw here. Yeah, I mean, it's good to go for that. So the 19 works.
This is a 19 holster.
The 26 also works in it. So if you're one of those guys like us that has the subcompact and the compact, it'll work great. You could also buy a Glock 17 model for it, and it'll fit all 3. So that's always a good thing. That's always a plus. A one and done type holster. As far as fold over holsters go, I will say that this one, I mean, it's on par. It's the way it should be. There's not really anything necessarily negative. I guess if I had to say one thing negative about the holster is the fact that back here at the trigger guard, there's just a little too much Kydex back there.
Yeah, a little extra.
It's not something that makes it to where you can't draw the gun and get that good high tang, high purchase grip, but it's a little uncomfortable. It's just a little uncomfortable. You want to be able to grab that gun and not feel any Kydex.
And it should be noted that we undercut our trigger guards.
That's right. We do undercut our trigger guards. So it's a little worse with an undercut trigger guard. With a standard trigger guard, you probably wouldn't even notice it.
And we're being nitpicky here, guys.
We are being very nitpicky. Yeah. It's just so we can because we're just going to be honest with you.
And whenever I was running the holster, I'd probably been running it for 2 weeks before Michael ever brought it to my attention.
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily something you're going to notice, but it's something that if there was an improvement that could be made, that would be it.
Just a little material off there.
Yep.
But yeah, guys, that would probably be the only negative. Also, like, for me, it was a little bit bulkier than the holster I'm used to running because it's just a different Kydex. It's a little thicker Kydex, so it took a little getting used to for me. I've had this holster for a while. I've been running it for a while, off and on. And for you guys, you know, like, Michael runs 2 loops on his holsters. I run the LAG Tactical, and it's got the Defender series has got 2 clips on it. I used to run a Comtac Infidel, which has a single clip. And for you guys that like single clips, easy on, easy off, this is a good option for you. It comes in at $55. This camo pattern was extra $15. The standard colors, like your FDE, your blue, red, whatever, is like $3. They also have that carbon stuff.
Carbon fiber.
Yeah, if you're into
all
that.
the Cryptex and pink camo. I mean, they have all
fully,
kind of colors.
Yeah, fully customizable. But to me, where this holster shines is the adjustability of this clip, the versatility, the stiffness of the actual clip, and that it's tuckable. Yep. So this holster, which it may not be for everybody, because like you said, Michael runs 2 loops, I run 2 clips, but it's versatile, man. You get a lot out of it, and also this fold over single clip design is going to be cheaper than the holsters that we run. Yep. So you're coming in at right about $55, and for Black Friday they actually did 20% off.
Actually, my Gladiator is cheaper than that one.
Yeah,
we're about the same price.
Well,
maybe.
That's also why we love Gladiator.
yeah.
But you know, as compared to like Bravo Concealment.
Yeah, you're gonna say
my LAG Tactical is a inside or outside convertible. Yep. It's got both setups for it, so it's expensive. It's around the $70 to $80 mark. But anyways, guys, it's affordable. If you like this design, and you picked up this holster, you'd be squared away. We don't have a problem with you running it. We felt like we're probably being nitpicky about the little extra material here, but it stood out to us. It was more so to Michael, and that's why we run this. This channel is to give you our honest opinion. Yep. And just because somebody sends us free gear doesn't mean we're not going to give you an honest opinion.
And like he said, with the trigger guard thing, it is very nitpicky, but at the same time, we're going to be honest. And when I first grabbed the holster, when I first got it in the mail, I pulled it out. By the way, it comes in a really nice bag, really cool bag, which is something a lot of companies don't do. A lot of times they just throw it in a cardboard box with some brown paper in there, and they're like, "Here you go,
a business card."
And a business card,
maybe a sticker,
yeah. But they do put it in a pretty cool bag, which is pretty neat. You've seen it on the intro, not the intro, but the thumbnail. You see a picture of it on the thumbnail, so it's pretty cool bag. But that's one of those things. Back to that. I just want to be honest about the first impressions when I pulled it out of the bag. Yeah. Pulled it out of the bag, and I put the gun in it, and I was like, okay, it's a little loose. Awesome. Has full retention adjustment screw. Fixed that with a screwdriver. No problems there. And when I grabbed the gun, I said, oh, there's some Kydex. I feel Kydex right there. It's not a deal breaker for me. It's not a game changer. It's just one of those things. If they took a little bit of Kydex off right there,
why not? Did you talk about the screw and tightening that down?
This screw will come loose on you, just like any other screw.
It is right now.
It is loose because you can flex it. That's any screw on any holster. You need to Loctite it. But there was a channel that did a review on this, and they said that they couldn't tighten it down because they couldn't get a hold to the back. I mean, Kyle's got it. I've got big sausage fingers, big fat hands, and I can get back there and get my finger on it, hold it down, and tighten it. So just a little.
That's any holster, guys.
That's any holster. A little thread locker that you should be doing with your holsters anyways.
And you should be checking your holsters too.
You should be checking them often to see if they're loose or not.
Your mag holders as well.
That's not a bash against Vedder. That's me clarifying because I saw another channel that said that you couldn't. Yeah, you can. So you can get your finger back there and tighten them down. Even big meaty sausage fingers. So I really, the only knock I can say is that they need to take a little material off the trigger guard. Other than that, I think it's a good squared away holster. I think for a holster that runs clips, I think you can't go wrong with it. It is very thin in the profile, so it is going to be a little more comfortable. It's Kydex, so it's thin here, but it's also a fold over, so it's thin here.
Yeah.
So like you appendix guys, like yeah, because you're not going to have any kind of bulk, width going out that way. But also for you 3 o'clock guys, that's pretty comfortable. It really
Don't
is.
leave out the 5.
And your 5 o'clock guys, except you thought it was a little bit chunky, but I think that's just
that's
so
because
thin.
I run a LAG Tactical, which runs a thinner kind.
And it is super thin,
and it's super comfortable.
So, but anyways, guys, you got anything else?
No, man. I dig it. If you decide to pick this up and run it, and you run your 19 and your 26 through it, we would say you're squared away.
Yep.
So
we would say good
see
to go.
it if you want to.
All right, guys. As always, we appreciate y'all watching. We will leave links to our social media outlets in the description box below. We will also leave a link to Vedder holsters. I'm not going to do a link that's just to the Lighttuck because they've got other stuff too. So I'll just leave a link to their website. It's real easy to manage.
You guys know how to use the internet. Come on.
Yeah, it's easy to find. So don't be lazy. Just find it. But we will leave a link to Vedder holsters in our description box. We appreciate the guys at Vedder for making this and sending it out to us, especially because I asked for that sweet multicam, super cam, and they no questions asked, they shipped it right out to me.
And they're putting their product out there, which I mean, if you're going to be successful, you got to do it.
And that speaks volumes for a company that says, "Hey, I want you to look at this and give an opinion on it." So, kudos to you guys for that. But as always, guys, we appreciate y'all watching, and y'all be safe.